Today I'm going to demonstrate once again how I print the size tags. The reason why I'm going to show you guys this specific way that I'm doing today is because we're changing color, and I already separated all the shirts by size. So we're going to start with the lightest color to the darkest color. So for example, right here we have the smalls in black, they get white ink. Then we're going to change the ink to red. The white ones get red ink. Then we're going to change the ink to black. The gray ones get black ink, and that's how it goes for the rest of them. So these are the mediums. They get white, red, black. Large, they get white, red, black, and so on until we finish. So what I did already is I went ahead and taped the screen, taped off the registration mark. I got it lined up and set up. So what we're going to do here is we are going to only unfold the ones that we're printing. So check this out. Okay, so these get white ink. We don't have a lot of shirts to print, so therefore I'm not going to rest the squeegee back there. The reason why is because then I'll have to come and clean here and whatever drags over. So in this case, all I do is squeegee here and I set it over here to the side. There you go. This is I think the easiest and fastest way to do this. The reason why is because we're not getting the screen super dirty. Also, we don't have a lot of shirts that we're printing of each size. For example, we have about 6 that get white ink, and then we have about 5 that get red ink. So there's no reason why to get the whole screen dirty. Now this may look very simple, but it can become difficult if you don't tape your screen right. Another reason why this can be a little bit difficult is if you don't set up your shirts the correct way, because you might get them mixed up in sizes, or you could be going from darker colors to lighter colors if you don't pay attention. It can happen. So we have all the prep work done. Now all we have to do is print. See, as you can see, we have 2 more shirts, and then we're going to change the ink, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well. Whenever I'm printing size tags, I don't put a lot of pressure on the squeegee. All I want to do is lay the ink on the fabric, because we don't want the ink to work its way through the shirt. So when you flip it back the correct way, you're going to see that there's a size tag printed. I also like to do these on higher mesh. So this one's on a 180. And I think they look good. Alright, so we're down to the last one now. Flipping them like the way I am right now, it can take you a little bit of practice, but after you do a couple, you're going to get used to it and you're going to get better at it. Okay, so here we go with the last one. Okay, so what you want to do at this point is scrape out the ink that's in your screen. Let me back up the tripod here a little bit. Okay. I always recommend these metal spatulas because they get the most out of the screen. If you have a plastic one, I feel like it's a little bit harder to scoop up the ink. Just like that, you know, we're almost done cleaning the screen. So we're going to go ahead and wipe the rest of that ink off with a rag. And then we're going to use our screen opener to change color. Now, it's easy for me to change the ink because I have a lot of tape, and it, you know, with the rag, you can just run it through the tape and it comes off so much easier. So as you guys can see, there was minimal effort. Oh my gosh, we lost the top of the 480. Let me go ahead and look for one real quick. This is an empty bottle from yesterday, so we just recycled from the trash can. I don't know how that happened, but... Oh, what? What? It's broken. Wow. That doesn't seem to work very well. But anyways, I like to, once I'm done with the rag, wiping off the ink, I grab a cotton cloth or a t-shirt and I just wipe off the 480. And just like that, you're ready to print the next color. So let me show you. We're gonna put the 480 away. And we have a squeegee with ink ready to go, because that's what we're doing. We're working with black, red, and white, so we have them ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and start printing the white shirts now, and like I said, we're only gonna unfold the ones that we're using. So let me bring the tripod back. It should be right there. Okay. All right. So luckily, the white ones are only 3. And trust me, this is a lot faster once I'm not on camera recording. I'm just kind of in the flow of doing it. And because I'm explaining it, it may look like it's a longer process, but it's really not. So right now, we're just gonna print gently, so we can get that size tag printed. Once again, you know, it's a clean print. We're gonna go ahead and do these 3, change the ink to show you the black one, and then finish off. And obviously after that, it's just a repetitive process until we finish. And going from one size tag to the next, all we have to do is tape the back side of the screen, move the screen over, tape it again, and start the ink changing process. I guess I can show you guys that as well. But let me go ahead and finish this, and then we're gonna continue to do that to go from a small to a medium, so you guys can see how I clean the screen or not clean the screen to move over and do this a lot faster than a lot of people think. Just like that. That's the last one right there. Just very gently, not a lot of pressure. We're basically done with the red at this point. This can be annoying and frustrating if you don't know how to set up your screen to change colors very frequently. So right now, all we're gonna do is wipe off the red, spray some 480, clean it with the cotton shirt, and then move over to the black ink. So just like I said, the more you tape, the easier it is to get the ink off, and you won't spend a lot of time changing colors. Alright, so we're done cleaning the red, and this is the reason why I like to go from the lightest color to the darkest color, because we don't have to worry about getting it like 1000% clean Obviously the darker color is going to override or overpower the lighter color, so we won't have to worry too much about, you know, getting the ink mixed in there. And plus, you know, we cleaned it enough to where there's no ink residue to have any of those issues. So let me go ahead and grab the black squeegee over here, and then I'm gonna run those black shirts, I'm sorry, those gray shirts with the black print, so I can show you how fast and easy it is. Alright, so we only have 3 of the gray ones as well. Very simple. It is a little bit time consuming that you have to change colors, but once you get into the habit of doing it more than once, move this over, you're going to get faster and better at it. So this is not going to annoy you by any means. So here we go. So I'm going to print the first one and show you that no inks got mixed in there. The print looks beautiful. So there's nothing to worry about, you know, from going to red ink to black ink. Okay? As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to show you guys what's behind the camera, so you guys can kind of see the setup that I have behind me. And these are the things that you're going to need to have within the reach of your hand, so that when you're changing colors, you know, you can easily access these things that I'm using to make your life easier. So check this out. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do, alright, so at this point what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tape off the back side of the screen, because obviously we don't want that to transfer to the back of the shirt. So we tape it off, and then we come back down here. Now we're going to take the tape off, and we're going to do the same thing over to the size small. So this time I'm not going to put tape so far back, since I'm just using this top part of the screen. So I do like to tape over the one that we were using previously, just because I don't like to jam it with ink, and sometimes it builds up with the tape that's underneath. So there you go. That's all you need right there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up the screen. We're going to make sure it's lined up. So all we have to do is unlock it, move it over, make sure it's nice and centered, lock it back in. And then obviously at this point we're going to repeat the process. So now we're doing the mediums. We're going to start again with the white ink. So we only unfold the black shirts, and this is the setup behind me. So obviously you guys already know what's going on there, but check this out right here. That's my cotton t-shirt for finishing off the job after I change ink with the 480. So I have the 480 in hand. This one's actually no good anymore. I have my squeegees, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the white, then we're gonna change ink to the red, and then we finish with the black. I have my tape in hand. I have my ink, so I can scrape it off the board, off the screen. If there's excess ink, I have my rags. I also have my rags right there. So everything is in hand, everything's within reach, and that way I can just kind of jam them out. Obviously I don't have my helper here today, but my wife is on her way, so she can help me just kind of put everything back together. She makes it look very nice. I think Joey is gonna come in for one last little clip of the size tags. We're not gonna get that on camera. Joey is the owner of this brand. He was in here yesterday and the day before capturing the front and the back print of these t-shirts. So shout out to Corner Store. We're gonna go ahead and link the Instagram below. I don't know if he has a website, but if he does, I'll also put it down there. I'm gonna go ahead and link the tripod because I fell in love with it, and so did Joey. And that's it. So let me know if this helped you. I know that I've done the size text before, but not with ink changing. And obviously the setup right here, this is the most convenient way that I've ever found. And I learned this at another shop where I worked at. So the reason why I like to teach you guys what I do is because I worked at many places and I've acquired, you know, skills from different printers and applied them in the way that is sufficient for me to print faster and better with making less mistakes as possible. So thank you guys for your love. Subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like the video, comment, let me know if you have an easier or faster way. I know there's people that like to kind of like fold the neck into like a sleeve board, but I feel like that's just a way to kind of get them crooked, and it's a half-assed job if you ask me, because you don't have the same way to apply pressure on the squeegee. But you know, there's more than one way to cut that pig. That's what my dad always says, and this is how I cut my pig. So have a good one, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you guys on the next one, obviously.